We need to have the Goblin Heist dancers. Remember Solid Gold dancers? Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I guess that's enough, right?
Yeah. That and like, I don't know, a bomb?
For Solid Gold dancers?
A banana hammock. Like, I don't know. A bomb? Would you do those, John, if we paid you?
I don't think nobody wants to see me in a
I want to see you in a banana hammock.
They're paying you to do it. What the fuck?
$50 dance a banana hammock and a tube top. I bet you everybody that's online right now would love to see a banana hammock and a tube top live from beautiful downtown HIALEAH at everybody's favorite comic book shop, the Goblins Heist. Tonight, the world's worst sidekick, Lil John. Boo. And tonight, the master of ceremony is reviewing your book for you. The lovely, the talented, the one and only Mr. Juan Navarro. Get up, Mr. Juan Navarro. Get the people going.
So we're discussing a very serious thing. We need to put Lil John in a tube top and a banana hammock.
I'm so down for
And he
that.
comes out as a dancer. We do the Solid Gold ones, you know, like just like in Solid Gold. No one remembers Solid Gold.
I bet you Fabian does.
Fabian don't remember it. If Fabian was on, let's see. Ah, look at that. Freebie's there. Freebie's not gonna remember that.
Fabian loves Danny Terrio.
Bro, I was asking people.
You don't know who Danny Terrio was.
Danny Terry. No.
Danny Terrio was a host of Solid Gold.
Ah, okay. See, I just remember that. I remember the Solid Gold dancers because I was little and like my pants got tight. You know, it was
Danny
like
Terrio supposedly trained John Travolta.
really.
I believe
That's
it.
his claim to fame. I mean, why would I? I believe you. There's no reason to argue at this
Danny
point.
Terrio was a handsome looking guy.
Yeah.
Unlike, Daniel Enrique Ortiz, which is
Nobody likes him.
Nobody likes him.
Nobody likes him. Daniel Enrique Ortiz.
Nobody
Nobody likes him. Nobody likes him.
Yeah,
I did it on the
song.
podcast this week too. It's a catchy song.
Yeah.
Little John doesn't do that.
Do you think he'll get a complex and he'll be like all depressed all the time?
He'll be walking around. Nobody likes me.
He's just driving around. Nobody likes me.
Yeah. He's a mailman, so
I like you, Daniel. I like you.
Imagine watching the show while doing an assessment for Freebie. Oh, there you go. Freebie's on.
That's
Rolls
a guy that
on.
nobody likes.
Freebie?
Yeah.
He just always has questions for me.
Yeah.
Every day he like tests me. I feel like he's coming from like comic book headquarters and he's like making sure I know my shit.
Yeah.
I mean,
Because he's like, so like the Hulk. And I'm like, what? Like,
he just recently got into comics.
I know, but fuck.
So
He's
it's
as
a
bad
lot-
as you.
Yeah.
With the questions. Everybody with the questions. They all fucking come here and ask me shit.
Look, Alex Cowper knows the Solid Gold dancers.
No. Yeah, Alex got. Well, maybe. He's my age. He's like my age. See, you know what happened with the Publisher Clearinghouse thing? I started asking, well, these guys don't know Publisher Clearinghouse.
I know publishers.
The hell with you guys?
A lot of them don't know it.
I know one.
Hell,
guy-
some of them don't know who Ed McMahon is.
It's a conspiracy. Ed McMahon.
No, but I see what they're saying. It's true. It was the housing or house publishers something. Some weird fucking one.
These
It's true.
Democrats are evil and they're just making up things and they're making
That has nothing to do with Democrats. It's not
it's
Democrats.
the
Those are-
alternate dimension.
alternate dimension. It's not anything. It's just people fucking miss. Remember, did Inspector Gadget have a mustache or not?
No, he didn't have
No.
a mustache.
In Europe, he did.
No, he never had a
He had a mustache.
In Europe-
Look it up.
So they
He
went.
had a mustache. If
Wait,
you look
wait.
it up
Because
in
he was-
Canada,
because
So-
he was probably French, like Inspector Clouseau.
Yeah.
So they went cell by cell, and they
just
drew
the initial
in-
episodes. The initial episodes, they took
okay.
away the mustache. Look it up.
All right, I believe it, but
It's in Canada, and then and that's how some Americans remember it because we saw some of those episodes with the mustache.
Canadians don't do anything right.
Canadians are bizarro Americans.
Yeah, definitely bizarre.
Viejo con pinga. No, whatever.
Hey guys, don't forget to like and share and like, please.
See, everybody's like,
Yay, we got little hearts.
There's your
Remind them.
mustache.
Alex will not like and share at all.
See?
He's just. Oh, who's carrying
wow,
the power? Is that
and that's
In the original pilot, Inspector Gadget had a mustache. Dick received a letter from MGM stating that the Gadget resembled MGM's Inspector Clouseau too closely, so Gadget's mustache was removed. Reruns of the pilot explained Inspector Gadget's mustache as a disguise he was wearing during that case.
and it's,
Boom!
and it's not just a mustache; it's a porn stash.
Yeah. So, just in case
Look
anybody...
at Ralphie Man is asking Eddie Box.
No box.
Yeah,
There's no box.
The last box for like
Yeah.
$5.
I mean, maybe we should do box. I'm telling you, we do boxes on Tuesday.
Box on Tuesday?
Maybe. Or if not, I'd have to be like, yes, tonight we'll have a box so we can have people here and they can bid on it.
All right.
That's the thing. So maybe next week we'll do a box.
Okay.
Just look at that fucking. John's like, okay. Not
I'll
really.
do a box.
Anyway.
The problem with the boxes before, you just go overboard with them. Just keep putting stuff in.
Not me.
stuff
Me.
in.
What the fuck?
We want people to be excited about the box. We want people to like the box.
They're already excited. You don't have to lose your ass on them every time.
Guys like Alex Cobb will get excited about the box.
Yeah. Jose wants Hulk number 6. I gotta fucking find it. We've been selling out of books. Today I've had people come in for back issues, and we're selling out of books. The She-Hulk.
Box of God's ears.
Pilot, he had a mustache. Yeah, I just posted it, guy. Fucking Alex come lately over here. Dark
I like
cock.
Alex no matter what.
You know, no matter his dark cock proclivities and all this shit. Alright, time to review some comics. First up, Hellboy and the BPRD Night of the Cyclops. I read it.
I read it also.
And?
It was good.
It was
good,
nice
right?
to revisit the world of Hellboy so much so I kind of wanted more of the story.
Yeah, it's a nice little one-shot. They kind of came out with it.
Yeah.
Sucks that it's not Mac Mignola drawing it, because it's like, that's the only thing that I'm kind of
It's good enough.
Good enough is a horrible thing to say. I hate it's good enough. It was good. The goat girls are sexy.
Yeah,
I know, I
the art is. I don't have. A problem
I'd bang a
with
goat
the art.
chick. You bang a goat chick?
Yeah,
The hooves and the horns would.
I don't know. All that fur. I don't know. Maybe I might like
It's a little bit of fur.
all that hair on
It's
the
like-
ass to be like fucking.
It's like
Little
Peach
Jones.
Fuzz.
Yeah. What if it's not? I mean, it's like, you know. I don't know. I think she's very bangable. So I would like that. So yeah, it's a Greek story with a Cyclops. It's a nice one shot. Goes end to end. This is a great little indie one shot if you have a taste for Hellboy. But Alex Galvo coming in with everything I just said. What are you, closed captioning me? But yeah, Hellboy is pretty good. I'd give it a 4 out of 5. It was
Definitely.
3.5.
Definitely a 4 out of 5 for me.
yeah. I want to give it a 5. I want to go, but
It was a good
so
book.
on our scale, what would be a bad book? A 1 or 2?
It's got like a 1, 2, 3 is okay. 3 is like a big
3's
book.
like eh,
Yeah.
Three's
Three's
middle.
in the middle, right?
Three's in the middle.
and then 4 is good book,
Yeah, 4 is a good book.
and 5
5 is.
I came my pants.
Well, Marty,
Essentially,
Marty
yes.
sent me it already, so it's all hers.
Oh, okay.
Good pickup, Marty. It's a nice book. Enjoy.
I
Yeah,
think-
it's a great book. I
think
dug it.
the goat chicks did it for her.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe she likes go boys, not go chicks.
You can like both.
Satyrs.
Oh, I guess. It's a
Ah.
different world we're living in.
You're gonna-
Everybody likes everything.
Life is fucking short, bro. It's time to
Enjoy
like
it, right?
things.
Yeah.
Non-
You know what? Just because I was going to go out and go out and fucking some cockroaches.
Why not?
That's
Non-
it.
Like,
Non-binary
Right off the
goat
bat.
people.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
right.
Gender fluid good people.
See, now you're being a fag about it. You know? And that McLaren, I would have loved
Oh, yeah,
it.
Ray
God
Liotta
damn.
racing.
Yep. Oh, yeah, R.I.P. fucking Ray Liotta. Only 67, bro. But that guy probably lived it up.
Yeah.
Like shit at the end.
Yeah, I mean,
67, with the kind of money that Ray Liotta had, he should look like he was in.
did he, though?
He didn't look that good.
Did he have the money, though?
Yeah, he had money.
I don't know.
Casino money.
I,
Had good
not
fellas.
Casino, he had
Goodfellas.
Goodfellas. He had Goodfellas money. That's a long fucking time ago, man.
Goodfellas, but
If he invested it and
He had
done
a lot of other
wisely.
movies too.
Yeah, he did that.
He got money on the back end on that.
Mm-hmm.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Too much cocaine. There you
Yeah.
I like cocaine.
go. Who doesn't like cocaine? The problem is you like it so much. It was like, what's this guy's name? Fuck. This comedian. And he went into the fucking drug rehab, and he goes, I need drug rehab. I was like, well, it's $29,000 a month for your drug problem. He goes, if I had $29,000, I wouldn't have a fucking drug problem. You know, the problem is that cocaine's really expensive. You know? So, all right, next up. I don't know, which one should we do next?
Punisher was alright.
Yeah, let's do Hulk. Hulk number 7, continuing the banner of war, Thor versus Hulk.
Great book. It's Donny Cates. What can I say? It's
Yeah.
It's awesome. Not my pick of the week though.
No, not your pick of the week.
Yeah, but I still give it 4.5 stars.
Yeah, 4.5 stars.
Because
for
I'm
sure.
saving that 5 star for my pick of the week.
Okay, well there you go.
I didn't pick it up. I'm gonna wait till they release the collected edition.
Why? It's only gonna be 5 issues.
The end is like
Yeah.
fucking badass.
He does the job of like.
As Cabo says, fucking spectacular. It is.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
He's delivering what we want.
yeah.
We want absurd shit to
Yeah,
happen.
this is definitely absurd at the end.
Yeah.
And it's just fucking cool.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're gonna give me a plate of guayaba.
Yeah,
it's like,
that was Guayaba with queso crema.
Yeah, with queso crema.
Galletica Maria.
yeah, and that.
There you go.
Donnie Cates was like fucking opening the, you know, it's all sticky and shit, and you have to get, your mom has to go like this and put it on the plate, and then you get the queso crema and you put it next to it and shit, put the crackers and arrange it. I remember we couldn't eat that, or what was that bar of chocolate that had the nuts in it?
Turron.
Turron.
Yeah.
My mom would always have that shit for like
For the
a company.
holidays.
That was like our like companies over, so she would always have that, and we could never eat it, and I always stuck
Don't
around.
the
it.
money.
Yeah, turron de money, and my
Mom
mom
comes
would
out during the holidays. I'm not into
No,
My
no,
mom
they
was-
release it. They release
that, and my parents
Yeah,
always.
it's not, no, you can buy it now. You can buy
but
it.
they do release special ones during the holidays.
Yeah.
Yeah. That, and then my parents always had Lancer, the wine. That fucking wine sucked. Horrible. My dad liked it. I don't know why. And so that, and then fucking some kind of meat, some kind of ham, or something.
Guys, if you're not reading this book, you are missing out.
It's really cool.
Big
We're gonna
book.
be trying to do sets of these later on if we still have it. This is already part 3 in the series. If you're following along, so this is Hulk 7. So there's only 2 issues left until I think it's Banner of War Omega. So the next issue is going to be Thor 26 and Hulk 8. I like it when they do events like this because then it's week by week.
Yeah.
So next week there's going to be another one. The week afterwards it concludes. That's fucking cool. That's a cool way of doing an event. Makes me hop between 2 books. I fucking pick it up. I sell it. And now you have a good chance of becoming a Thor reader or a Hulk reader if you weren't before. And you cap it with an Alpha and Omega
I'm
book.
more into Hulk than I am Thor. You know that Thor, the way they write him, and the way he speaks in the book.
Barely? You don't like him to say, I say thee nay.
Yeah.
You don't like that?
And there used to be more of that
There used to be
in
more,
the
yeah.
first run.
Yeah.
And they've toned it down over the years, but I love the first run of Hulk.
Mm.
It's like,
Wait, the Hulk or Thor?
well, sorry, both. Thor and Hulk.
I've never been like, I like Hulk. I always thought he was cool, but I've never been like a Hulk fan that I read like arcs or issues. I never fucking got into it. You know, it was like, oh, McFarlane's drawing this one. Okay, I'm gonna get
When
it.
this guy was doing it, Steve Platt, was it? Steve Platt? Was it?
They had Steve Platt.
Those are fucking
No, they were
bro.
cool. I just didn't fucking read it that much. I was like, I would flip through them, but I
Those were
didn't buy.
fucking hot back in the day.
Yep. Those are the ones that were like are now hot now.
Out of all the Marvel
Dale
characters,
They're cute.
Theo Keown was the one. That
out
you
of
did.
all the Marvel characters, I think Hulk has some of the best stories. Also, some of the biggest stories.
It was Peter David's run that made him like the most human. I liked it when he was Mr. Fix-It, and like Bruce Banner would wake up the next day and it's a large bed full of naked women,
You know
and
what?
he was just like, "What the fuck?"
He was cool, yeah.
Yeah, that kind of sucks. Like the other guy had the fun. You didn't have the fun.
Yeah.
I would definitely like to see somebody do a story with Joe Fixit where Joe Fixit is the new Kingpin. I think that would be cool.
You don't start. You could do a story like that, but you don't start it like that.
No,
You have to
don't
be
start it like
revealed
that.
that
He
Mr.
becomes the new Kingpin.
Yeah, that would be like the
Yeah.
reveal of it. Okay.
Yeah.
Sal Buscemi's Hulk run was amazing, says bro.
Yeah, that was a classic run. That's a classic run.
Like,
I've
they've
just
really
never
gone
been-
all over the place with his stories, especially during Immortal Hulk.
Next up, across the pond to DC, Superman Action Comics 1043. This is the beginning. I jumped on this one just because everybody's talking about how good it was and everything else. And so I jumped on this one because I think this is part 1 of... Let me see, what the hell is the story? Oh. War World Revolution, part 1. So this is a good time to jump in there if you haven't before. But everything really, it is actually a really good fucking story.
I haven't been keeping up with it, but I hear nothing but good things about the story, and
Yeah.
the art has been absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, the
It
art's
is-
really good. Superman's fucking
is
whooping ass.
Superman's Planet Hulk.
Yeah. And, well, it's like, because he's on a war world. It's literally a spaceship that's a planet that goes around conquering other planets. And Mongols on it, and he's just like fucking flattening the universe to get to this ultimate power. And Superman's there. He doesn't have that much fucking energy because he's away from the sun that he
From the
needs
yellow
to.
sun.
So he's fighting on his own. He's fighting like how he can, you know.
Yeah.
So that was like the whole thing and shit. So it was really interesting. It's really
Now
really.
we can
really
start reading it.
Yeah, it was really cool, and I want to read the last couple of issues to get into it because this is like the beginning of that War World thing, and then the formation of his team of the Authority. So they brought the Authority into Superman. Superman fucking made his own team, and it does have like Midnighter and Apollo and then Manchester Black. And all
I
that.
totally would not mind if they did something like this with characters we haven't seen in comics in a while, like Blue Marvel. You know, how do you come up with a new, interesting Superman story? We have two of them right now, World's Finest, and we have this one.
Yeah, World's Finest has
it's
just been a
doable.
cool fucking tale, and it's his own thing, and you know, in its own way. And then they're talking about Mora's art is really fucking great in it. So that's my favorite DC book right now. I actually look forward to it when it comes out. I run over and that's one of the first ones I read. You know, once I get a chance, that's one of the first ones I read. So that one's an excellent fucking story.
Yeah.
I'll definitely pick it up. So yeah, definitely 4 out of 5.
Nice.
Yeah, pick it up. Next up, what should I do? What should I do? There's
We gotta do them all.
huh?
Why don't we just do them all?
I know, but is there one that you guys want to discuss first?
Well, I can do the Little Pony just really quickly.
Oh God! Now for the My Little Pony minute. Here's Little John with My Little Pony #1 from IDW.
This is a brand new one-off. Well, not one-off. Issue 1. This does continue after the Netflix exclusive movie, so you have to watch that.
You actually watched it?
I had a watch party at my house.
Jesus Christ.
So you have to watch that to get into this book. It's really good.
No, keep going.
If you're a fan of My Little Pony, fan of seasons 1 through 9 of Friendship is Magic, this is right up there in quality. I'm so glad they didn't go the direction of like Teen Titans Go or Thundercats Roar, which they were going to originally. So they've continued on with the series. The official issue, Series 10, did come out in comic book format. So I do recommend it if you're a fan of the franchise. If you have little girls who might like ponies, they're gonna love it. They really are. Also, check out the movie if you haven't
Oh,
already.
Jesus Christ.
Are you done?
I'm done.
Yeah. Well, hey, you know,
So 4 out of 5.
4. Solid 4.
solid 4. There you go.
In Little John's world, it's a solid 4. Maddie says, even I can't.
I couldn't do it. I wanted to read it because I saw him reading it and I said, I just can't.
And Fabian says, Little John is a brony. Sausage party? What? I don't know what
He
the...
had a watch party.
Oh, sausage party. There you go.
No,
Is anyone else creeped out? Is anyone else creeped out by this? Even I can't. So just for
added to the FBI list.
I know, right?
You know, bronies have a bad thing, but some of the stories are really good. I don't know.
No, I keep saying that the stories are really. It's just that, bro. Hasta este tipo de frente, bro. This guy right here, ya me cago en la madre de él, bro. That guy's the kind of guy that walks in here. He's like, yeah, I read comics, and
Yeah,
he doesn't know
he looks
shit.
like a
And then I
hipster.
have to sit there because he has a hot girlfriend. I'm like, fuck, and she's the one buying the good books. Fucking idiot.
We've actually had that happen a few
You know,
times.
fucking hipster, doofus, fucking jerk off, fuckface idiots. Yeah, man, single la madre esto.
Good book, guys.
Yeah.
If you're into
Hey, bronies.
good book.
Look, if you guys ask for it, I won't tell anybody.
Yeah.
Right? So, wink,
We'll
wink.
put it in a black bag.
That's Alex. Alex is, Alex Calvo, he asks for some books that sometimes are, it's kind of like, it's kind of weird. Next up, clean my
I
palate.
was actually claiming it.
Claim Little Pony. Fuck, all right.
Yeah, he's got kids.
Yeah, that's what he tells you.
He's got kids. I believe in him. Plus, the way Johnny described it, I want to read it now.
You think it was that good?
Watch the movie first.
No, I'm never going to watch it.
I'm never gonna watch the movie. It's gonna, unless they play it on a plane. That's the only way I get forced to watch certain movies. I'm like, fuck.
Or on a train.
Last time I
No.
watched fucking Free Guy with fucking Reynolds,
Reynolds?
Ryan Reynolds. I'll never watch that movie.
That was a good movie.
It was alright.
It
It
was
was
fun.
alright.
Yeah,
But it was like, there's some part like the whole time. Like,
I'm invincible! Ding, 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 ding.
I just fucking... It was because I was flying from Texas over here. That's the only reason why. Next up, Punisher issue 3.
There it is. Pick of the week for me.
Pick of the week. Oh, okay.
Fucking A.
Why is that?
Let me tell you, this guy is just brutal. They did a short story inside of here. Well, it's not even a short story.
It's a flashback.
A flashback. And it reminded me a lot of Bronx Tale.
Yeah.
It was very Bronx Tale-ish. It was very well written. It was very well drawn. This guy Frank Castle, he's got issues.
I mean, they're adding to his origin.
Yeah.
In other words, because even she says it as a priestess. If you guys don't know so far, should we be spoiler free or spoiler-ish? Because this issue 3 already.
Spoiler-ish, I guess.
He sounds like Maldonado, that fucking meme of Maldonado. Well, there's a whole thing with the Punishers leading the hand, and there's a reason for it. And there's a whole thing where the priestess says, you weren't born that day in the Central Park. You weren't born on any foreign soil. Like, you were a Punisher before that. And we don't have the cover A because it's sold out, but the cover A is Punisher, like, on a throne, but it's a kid with a fucking Captain America mask on.
Yeah.
And just sitting there like this.
That is a sick
And
cover.
that's why we see that origin now.
Yeah,
I didn't get to read
he's a
Action Comics roles, so I'm only giving you... I haven't picked up DC books in a while because every time I read one I get so disappointed. It's like,
Yeah, look, it's not Dad John's cup of tea. I mean,
I want to read it and I want to like DC books, but I just every time
I will
read
say,
one,
Action, if you haven't read those last 10 issues or so, it's gonna not have the same impact. Just because I know what happened, and I know what happened 15 issues before this issue when Superman was putting together the Authority, is the reason I can appreciate it.
And I just couldn't go through it anymore.
Superboy or Superman Son of Kal-El?
Superman Son of Kal-El. I tried to read it.
That has a whole other beat. It's a whole other book. It's not even like World's Finest.
I'll read the occasional Batmans. I read World's Finest, great book and everything. I just, I've read other Superman books and they're just so soft for me.
I think there's a pick of the week. It's the truest sense of the Punisher. It's fucking brutal.
Yeah.
It's just hardcore. It makes me worry about the Punisher. But at the same time, like, it should be tedious.
For a reason, though.
Yeah.
He is doing all this for a reason. And,
at the end of the book, again, that's what made the fucking thing work. I don't care about the stupid symbol anymore.
Yeah,
I don't care that he doesn't have the skull.
But a lot of us would do what he's doing to get what he wants.
Yeah.
Because he wants something at the end.
Well,
and he's trying to go for it. This is a man on a mission and he's trying to get...
And dangerous as shit.
Yeah.
Like, I even think if that priestess thinks, like, oh, I'm manipulating him, it's like, bro, that guy will cut everybody's head off here.
Okay.
Frank Castle don't give no fucks.
It's a very minor spoiler in this. He ganks two of his own that disobeyed him and went off on a
they did the classic Solomon fucking thing where he had to judge like Solomon. He's considered a god among the hand. This guy's brother talked shit about this guy, so this guy cut his fucking tongue out. Well, he bled to death from cutting his tongue out, so now his brother died. So this guy went back and killed his brother, and it's like, and they're like, what do you do? What do you say that has to be done? But he cuts both their fucking necks open, and they die. And he goes, why did you do that? He goes, they're murderers. He goes, you murder who I tell you to fucking murder. I mean, he's brutal as shit.
He is. Okay, I don't know if it's just me. I kind of feel like they're trying to make Frank a little less sympathetic than he's been in the past.
Yeah, but I sympathize with him. I sympathize with him.
Why is he doing this? Realize his mission at the end, what he's trying to accomplish by doing all this.
Yeah. Well, you know what Punisher is? Punisher is that impotent fucking anger we all have. Yeah. Look what happened in fucking Texas this week.
It's a tale of revenge.
It's like what happened in Texas this week. It's when every time a fucking tragedy happens, something horrible happens, and what happens? We feel that fucking anger in us. We feel that pissed off. Like, if I could do something, I would fucking do it. And I would strangle the fucker. I would kill the fucker. He's that. He's the embodiment of that.
Yeah.
And because he's gone through it, and now because of the revelation in this book of what he's doing, holy shit. Now he's more, if anything, this is Punisher, the most dangerous Punisher we've ever had.
Yeah.
Because now he's like, if he's getting these things, whatever back, I don't want to spoil it, that motherfucker,
Punisher's like that little kid in Christmas Story, where the bully was bullying him, then he's beats up the bully, and he's crying, he's beating up the bully.
Yeah.
Now, okay.
And his mom had to pull him off him.
Yeah.
Remember that scene?
With this story, they did something.
Had that when you were a little kid?
I had a friend that was like that. I had a friend.
Me one time.
Yeah.
cry from the rage that you were so fucking mad, and you just start beating up the motherfucker. You're like, you motherfucker.
Yeah.
And then the mom comes put him out. And
My friend Dave totally forced up the fucking guy in a bar once, and I was just like one of those things where he had like hot fucking tears coming out of his eyes, and we're like, oh shit. And then we're like, Dave went full retard and fucking killed this guy, and he just like grabbed him, and the guy was like, and like trying to pull on, like, duck, 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 and we're like, hey, Dave, like we had to jump on him, and after a while, because the guy was like limping his fucking arm. He's a big guy like you.
You gotta cry. You gotta cry when you fight.
And then afterwards, you say,
just get infuriated.
And then he was like, I don't know why that guy had to be like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm like,
he made me do it.
I know. And I'm like, dude, don't worry. Like, he's counting his fucking teeth off the floor. Like, the shit came out like chiclets.
So in the story, they did something that I have been wanting to see other characters do for a long time. Is what if Batman did have control of League of Shadows? What if, and we're seeing that here.
They've done it, and then they've done a couple of things like that. There was one time that the Punisher had the War Machine suit.
Yes.
So you're like, oh my god, this guy with the Iron Man suit, what's he gonna do? Yeah, and then if you look at Cosmic Ghost Rider, it's like, what if I gave you all the powers you needed to do whatever the fuck you wanted? Those are those tales. But this one, I think, is the most human.
Yeah, definitely.
Because it's like, it's just so in his face and so like, holy shit, how is he gonna wage everything? So I love this fucking book. Yeah, this should be our pick of the week.
Yeah,
that was my pick of the week too.
You get to read Superman, like Rose says, if Superman's this good.
It's a good story. It's a good arc and everything. I don't know if this issue stands out for any particular reason, but it just keeps getting better every fucking week.
The art,
I
don't know how they're doing it, or how much it's costing, but the art is some of the most solid I've seen in a Marvel book.
Well, they're using two different artists too, so the flashback is another artist.
Yes, that's true, but it's still consistently good. It's
and
art,
if you haven't read the series yet,
quality.
You can pick up this one just for the flashback scene, because I think it's that fucking good of a story.
Well, this is a key issue because it shows
that origin of young Frank Castle.
Frank Castle.
Yeah.
When he was a kid.
Yeah.
It's fucking sick.
Yeah.
So I think the two coolest looking of the Marvel books currently are Captain America, Symbol of Truth, and this one. They just are phenomenal.
That was a great book too, and I didn't think I was gonna like it.
I gotta touch on something. Marvel's losing Conan.
Well, it's not good. It's going to international rights in Europe, and that's the reason why they're going to fold. So after King Conan #6, we already did this with
on the Tuesday show.
Yeah, on the Tuesday show. King Conan and #6 is going to be the last issue with Conan. Last run of Conan, I think there is. I think even after that, he's not even a big part of Savage Avengers. They're totally dropping him.
Yeah, no, they're totally dropping him.
It kind of sucks.
Yeah.
But so there's a part there in Savage Avengers where he's sitting there with Wolverine, like a whole cast of characters drinking and like that, like saying farewell.
The Savage Avengers aren't going to be that savage anymore.
I know. I'm like, this is fucking whack. So
it's like a little bit wacky Avengers, I guess.
Yeah. Unless they're being dicks about it and they're being savages. Next up from Vault Comics, Fox and Hare. Oh, it's very cool.
Didn't read it.
You didn't read it? Anybody read it?
I read it. I thought it was okay. I don't know if it's me, but it kind of has the feel of a Kamen Rider show.
Kamen Rider? Oh.
Yeah, Masked Rider.
Kamen Rider, or Masked Rider.
Yeah. It's pretty fast-paced. Has quite a bit of martial arts. The coloring is awesome. I love the color palettes they chose for everything. But yeah, the two main characters to me feel like two Kamen Riders.
Isn't that like dodge and burn when they do that light effect?
Yeah, it's kind of, right? Yeah. That's the kind of thing that kind of irks us. Yeah, no, it irks us when we get the books like this and gets colored this way. It's not too bad. There's some cell shading that they're doing in it. That's what they're mostly doing. And there's some dodge and burn. At least the palette's not disgusting, because sometimes the palette's like they try to color every fucking thing a different color.
Yeah.
But it's not horror. But it's just the drawing is too loose in some parts, and the storytelling's a little weak. It's not bad if you like a nice cyberpunk tale and you want something that has a little edge to it, and it seems to be promising. Let's see how the second issue is.
Suppose it's a key issue for the week through Key Collector.
Yeah. I would give it a solid, like, maybe, 3 out of 5.
3's a fair.
3's 5 out of 5.
Yeah.
If you're into cyberpunk stuff or anything like that.
There's some definite potential there for something really great. And I do want to pick up the next issue.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so there you go. 3 out of 5. Next up is Spectro by Juan Doe from Aftershock. Oversized book. Did you read it?
I did.
Yeah.
I read 2.5 of the 5 stories that are in there.
Yeah.
I got kind of like bored.
Mm.
The first story, it was okay. I didn't get into it. The second story was good, better than the first one. It's very Twilight Zone-ish.
It reminded me of Love, Sex, and Robots.
That's
But you wanna
kind
know
of what they're
something?
Love,
going
Death, and
for.
Robots.
You want to know something? It doesn't convey in a comic book because the first issue was so much conversation in it, and it just slowed down. And the story arc was about a guy losing weight. It just didn't pull me in.
Yeah.
And I think that the first story should have been a little bit more. The second story should have been the first story. That would have pulled me in.
Okay.
The first story didn't pull me in. The second story kind of did. The third story kind of lost me again. I don't know. It's interesting.
I think the art should have been tweaked a bit more. That I don't know if it's a printing issue that sometimes it's a little too dark.
Oh, you can smell the ink on it. I was reading it. I can smell
Yeah.
it. What the fuck?
Yeah.
My
this thing
biggest
is-
issue, I had a hard time reading the black text on the multicolored backgrounds of the text boxes, the gradients. I just had trouble reading it.
This was not printed on a web. This is printed on a digital printer with all the fucking ink. And that's on an inkjet printer. It feels like it was printed. You can smell it.
Yeah, no, and I'm just
Paper
noticing.
quality's good.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like you could tell, yeah, something's up with it because even the side, you know, see how it's white and then it goes to black like that.
Yeah,
That's
it's really saturated the colors.
Yeah, that was the one thing that I noticed. There was a saturation issue with it. I thought it was really entertaining.
You know,
I enjoyed the shit out of
nitpicky
it.
because we are publishers and we'll look at the paper, we'll look at the coloring, we'll look at all these things because we've been and we are in the industry to some extent still. When I see that kind of printing, I don't like it. It just kind of like turns me off. The book was okay. It's not like I do love anthologies and I love oh my god, Twilight Zone. And it was Twilight Zone-ish in its own way. But it didn't translate well with the stories.
Yeah, no, and some of the stuff, like when they wanted to do impact, like make an impact in the story, it was always so meh. Like it could have been more. Like the end of the weight loss story, the sister walks in and he's carving or something. Like it could have been more exaggerated. He could have been cutting more off. It could have been something more.
Or he could have been like anorexic when he get there.
Or something, you know.
Later.
Yeah.
I don't know. I needed more. And it just didn't.
I think it was. I think it's a solid 3. I was fun. It was something something to read. Juando's known for in the indie field out there for some of the stuff he's done. I think it's a solid showing and it's a fun book to fucking read.
It definitely feels like a Kickstarter book.
Yeah, I can see that in a way.
Yeah.
Fabian says, maybe I'm getting old, but I can't stand when they make the text unreadable. No, that's not getting old, Fabian. That's just having taste.
Yeah.
That happens to us. Look, Animal Castle, which is a great book, that we love that book and we think it's awesome. That's the biggest fucking problem with that book, is the text is so fucking small that, like, I gotta do the thing, like...
Yeah.
You know, and that's annoying as shit. It takes you out of the reading experience. Yeah. That's just graphic design. That's just bad design.
That's kind of every time I tried to get into it. The text
but you have beady little eyes.
I can still see.
You're a mole person.
Yeah, he's a mole person.
You're a mole person. You deserve to be underground.
Bless you.
So,
he's definitely moldy.
Yeah, very moldy.
Yeah.
So, solid 3 out of 5. Yeah. 4 out of 5. If you like Love, Death, and Robots, I haven't finished watching it. It's been pretty good.
That's great. Love, Death, and Robots great.
Next up, Spider-Man 2099 Exodus. I haven't read this.
No.
I tried to read it, but I kind of feel like...
Did you read it?
Like there's...
Okay, we're going to watch this guy.
Context.
Can't read that many books.
Not a good jumping on point. I kind of read this and I felt like there was
What's the
missing...
number 1? What do you mean jumping on point? It's a goddamn number 1.
It's a number 1, but there's something missing. This is a continuation to another story.
Yeah, there's an alpha. That's why.
Oh.
Yeah, so I feel like I'm missing a lot of shit.
Well, it is a first appearance of
Winter Soldier 2099.
Yeah. And it looks like it's going to be good, but I feel like I could read the alpha first before jumping into this one.
All right. Well, I mean, I just looked at it like really quick. I do like some of the drawing. That's supposed to be Punisher. No, that's Crossbones, and I guess that's a version of Crossbones 2099. Yeah. So that's kind of cool. It looks pretty good. It looks like an action-packed thingy. I think I could get behind it. Yeah. So what do you give it?
2. It probably would have been higher.
Damn, it's bad.
No, but like I said, I feel that there's a big chunk of story missing that you're supposed to already know before jumping into it.
All right. So.
That's what it's like. It's kind of stuck a little bit.
Yeah, jeez. Little John.
Yeah. Below average.
Below average. Jeez.
Yeah.
All right. Wow. What a jerk.
It's just beady eyes.
Next up, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 128. Starting to read the Ninja Turtles
Love
now.
that cover. Didn't
That's
read the book.
yeah, it's Kevin Eastman. That's
I'm enjoying
this
the
is the
story.
A cover. That's the B cover, and that's the A cover right there.
I'm enjoying the story quite a bit. What they're doing with bringing back Venus de Milo as sort of like a Franken turtle. It's really cool.
They're actually hitting now all the points that Image Comics did. So now Donatello's having a cyborg shell. Raph is running around with this other mask. He's having fights with Casey. Like it's funny, and now it looks like they're entering what is not actual story continuum in the Turtles, which is called the After the Bomb. And After the Bomb is a role-playing game where the Turtles are related to it, but the whole thing is a mutagen bomb goes off, and mutants are made all over the world.
Yeah.
And so because of that, the Turtles are trying to police it and put it together, and that's where these punk rock frogs come from, and a bunch of other shit. I thought the story was really cool. I really liked it. The art sucks. The art is fucking horrid in it.
Really?
And I'm really surprised. The thing is that because they've had Sophie Campbell doing a lot of the work for a long time, so I thought it was amazing. Kevin Eastman's the writer, the story consulting, and Tom Waltz is the story, and the art is Tony Gregory. I don't want to be a dick to Tony Gregory, but the art is just half-assish at most, man. I mean, it's just like there's just points here. Yeah, just flip through it. I mean, I hate to be like that, but it's like it either seems rushed, it's badly inked. The coloring is fine. It just the panel work kind of sucks. There's some parts there where they're kind of like really are phoning it in.
I think they're trying to go with a more indie, more edgy
That's not
look.
indie. That's not indie. That's just bad drawing.
They're getting it kind
That's
of
not
wrong.
bad. That's
Really
bad.
too bad the art. I see what you're
I don't know,
saying.
There's some parts, especially at the end. There's some parts where there's the fight scenes where there's a fight between the punk rock frogs and it's like, what is this, dude? It's like really, really bad. Like I feel like it
I
has
don't know if it's me or if it's this dude just looks like a young Nathan Explosion from Metalocalypse. I don't mind it too much. I've seen worse.
Yeah, I've seen worse. I think it's good enough for me.
I think it's because I'm used to like having really good artists
you
like
want-
Sophie
you want
Campbell.
something-
We've been spoiled.
Harder.
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah.
But that's not. I don't even think it's good. I think it's bad. Like I think it's bad. The story is really good. I liked it. I read it all the way because I really want to know what's going on. The end part. This is like amateur.
I mean,
this is
okay.
amateur stuff. Like a
You're-
lot of it is really amateur and half-assed. I mean, look at this. Look at this fight scene. Look at how that is.
Yeah.
I think Fabian would like it.
You know what it comes down to too. Like especially for me as an artist, when I feel like I could kick the shit out of that and
I
I'll
was
drive
gonna
better.
say-
It's like going to a restaurant and you'd be like, I can make better at home.
That's exactly
Why
what I
the
was gonna
fuck did
say.
I order this?
You're reviewing this as an artist.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I mean, and anybody fucking reading it. I mean, and for the Ninja Turtles, if they're gonna do that and be lackluster with the fucking quality, don't do that. They've been doing good so far.
Yeah.
People are starting to get on board with this comic, and now they're gonna it gets me pissed off. So I give it still a solid 3 because the story's still fucking good. And if you're somebody who's been into Ninja Turtles as long as I have, and you read the original Mirage run, you read the Image run, you read all the different runs, and now you're reading this one, you get to this and it's like, cool, now you're fucking it up, you're fumbling the ball, So that's one other thing. So I give it a 3 out of 5.
Yeah.
3. I think it's good. Yeah. I am still
Pretty
enjoying
sad.
the whole
Because I
run.
really do like the
is-
Turtles. Very sad.
You like Turtles?
I like Turtles.
Anyway, next up, Pearl issue 1. This is the Peach Momoko cover. This is Brian Michael Bendis. This is a spinoff from Jessica Jones and Michael Gaydos.
And it's supposed to also be part of the Yakuza franchise.
Man,
Yeah,
I
please,
wanted to like this book. It is a key issue because it is a number 1. The art's good. It's so much fucking dialogue.
Yeah, I could not get in.
Even dialogue that I was not even interested in.
Yeah, I gave no fucks. I couldn't get into the story. I don't know if it's just.
I was thinking maybe you need to be a fan of fucking what's it called? The stupid book. The
Jessica
thing.
Jones?
Jessica. No, it's not Jessica Jones. It's oh my god, Alias. I thought the TV show. So I was like, oh, maybe it's a spinoff from Alias because Brian Michael Bendis helped create that.
Well, okay, because we have here a new experience in the Yakuza saga.
Okay.
So
And the
this
Hit
is
Yakuza saga.
this is a continuation of something that is probably better than this, and I gave no fucks about.
But, you know, maybe they're trying to. What can I say? They're starting it off.
Yeah.
And they're trying to, you know, develop the characters,
and-
maybe.
But this is not, again, this is not like some guy, new kid on the block fucking making a comic. It's Brian Michael Bendis.
Yeah.
I think after a while, come on, man.
The conversations that they're having. In the
Like sometimes, like, you know, yeah, the beginning, the
No,
opening
it-
here.
yeah, it's
And that was kind of cool.
That was it, and there was nothing else.
The art,
And even this, like, tete-a-tete, back and forth, wasn't too bad.
No, I
But
hated
then,
it. Too long, too much.
then it
yeah,
became...
it's just
Like, there's a whole part there, and I guess this is character development, seeing the different characters in the scene, and then they're back and forth, and they're talking about the tattooing.
it
and,
feels more like
yeah,
a
something about
script
the
for a
theater
movie than.
No, it feels more like a script for a teenage show.
maybe that's it. I don't know. So I read
And
to the end.
I don't know. I
And
can't.
it looked interesting. If like maybe like you know, but yeah, this is definitely unless somebody wants to subscribe to it, I'm not going to be ordering much more.
Yeah.
I thought the art was pretty okay. The storytelling was pretty okay. Just yeah, again, it's very wordy, and it's hard for me to give a fuck.
Yeah, it is hard to get.
Raul Madero says Bendis lost quality a long time ago. His books are like a chore.
Yeah, it is a chore to
Definitely.
read that.
Mhm.
I'm going it. I'm hitting it hard.
What?
I'm hitting it hard. 1 star.
1 star? I would give it a 2. I'm gonna give it 2. It's not totally shitty, but
I'm with
I'm-
John. I found the art a little bit
We
off-putting
wanna-
in
we
some
wanna-
places.
You know what? I'll give it a 2 because of the art.
nah,
There you go.
I was
That cover, that pink cover is amazing.
nah.
It is a key issue, guys. According to Key Collector, I'm sure it's gonna start up better because it's fucking Yakuza. It's gotta be fucking cool.
I don't know, man. If
Yeah.
there's anybody,
some sword swinging and shit.
But that's the thing. It could be because when you have these scenes where it's like her at the tattoo parlor, and I love how you make tattoos, and blah blah blah, and then
And some
talking.
lesbian talking of things.
It's
you know.
If there's one
it's
person-
like if you feel that's important for your story,
Yeah.
am I gonna really tune in anymore?
if there's a person who you can never underestimate the capacity to fuck something up badly, it's Bendis.
Damn.
No.
Damn. You don't like
Bendis.
He doesn't like Bendis.
He screams at night. He wakes up from nightmares and he goes, Bendis! Ah, ah, Bendis! Ah, ah."
I can see that happening.
That's his.
It's
He uses it as a safe word when they fuck him in the ass. He says, Bendis!
No, that's
Bendis!"
Larson.
Anyway, next up, Mirka Andolfo's Unnatural Blue Blood, issue 1. It's a continuation of the Unnatural books and everything else. Did you guys read it?
This I liked.
Of course you would, because that's furries.
Yeah, no, it's actually a really fun little story. It's a little chick who lost her parents and is being raised by her brother and the brother's girlfriend.
Mhm. Yeah, but did you ever read Unnatural 1?
Yeah,
Did you know the plot of Unnatural 1?
I don't remember it. It
Is
was
this like Big Bang Wolf or whatever?
Yeah, the whole thing is that this is a place where there's like, you know, different animal fucking humanoids of a different sort, and there was a whole, like a law that's saying like, if you're a fucking goat person, you can only be with a goat person, and if you're like a pig person, you can only be with a pig person. And
So
finally
Johnny
they,
would be with a mole person.
a mole person, yeah, because he's a beady little eyes and have little beady eyed children.
It does remind me of a more adult Zootopia. Because it does have that tone in the writing. This story at least is very lighthearted.
Yeah. Alex is emotional. He wants to get the Leo cover.
The covers have been amazing
Yeah.
for that run.
Yeah, well, that's good old Kevin Eastman.
Yeah.
I want Kevin Eastman to do a Tommy cover.
That would be cool.
I'd like, just, dude, whatever. Huh, I don't know.
Just the pencils, and then you ink it.
And I ink it, and I color it, yeah.
That'd be fucking cool.
Oh, you know what I really would love to have it on there? Sam Keith.
Oh.
But the other one, yeah, the other one, Beasley, Simon Beasley.
Simon
That guy was a
Beasley.
mission to do.
Well, he was just drunk and crazy, and he scared us. We were all scared.
$500 right now.
I walked away. I was like,
Yeah, I'll do a cover. Give me $500.
Yeah.
Okay.
John was just like,
I think if there's someone who could pull out a full-on, like, penciled and colored cover at a con, and it'd be awesome, like, on anything, is probably Beasley.
Mhm.
Yeah, he's gonna give you something. Then he's gonna like, oh, you gotta take it. Fuck you. Here, give me my $500.
Yeah. Then he beat your ass.
Didn't he sometimes turn in paper, like, on whatever he could find? Like,
Yeah, he would draw. He would draw whatever he could find. That's the classic thing.
Yeah.
All right. Next up is we're still talking about Unnatural Blueberry. If you read the original Unnatural series, this is a continuation of it. It's a really cool story. I like Mirka's stuff. I always love Mirka's Andolfo stuff. The one complaint I have about this, she doesn't draw the whole series. She only draws the first 3 pages. She wrote everything else, but she's not the artist on this the whole
She
time.
has like
So that's the
3
reason
different projects
Yeah.
going on at
So
any
look at this. It
point.
says a writer artist 1 through 3.
And it's sad because
And Ivan Bidorilla is not bad, but it's just not the same as Mirka Andolfo.
I love her work. We met her at a con a few years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Juan had done the cover for Unnatural.
Yeah, I did know
But
that.
she really liked.
Yeah, we traded covers and everything else. She's super sweetheart, super awesome.
I got to look through. I couldn't buy them at the time, but I really wanted to. I got to look through her sketchbooks, and they were excellent.
Because she's an Italian artist, and they're all very fucking Italian.
And she's super cool people too.
Yeah. So I give this a solid 3 out of 5. It's a good story. If you're into Unnatural and you read it, it's a nice continuation. If you want to know where certain happened to certain characters, there's a good way to get it. For that, I would say it's a 4. But it's a 3 out of 5. It's a really cool. If you're into like animals and shit like that, if you like Ninja Turtles, you'll like this too. It was a good story and it's a good beginning. So
I give it a 4. I really like the main character.
Mm-hmm.
Again, don't fuck with her.
Mm-hmm.
She's one of those loners where if you pick on her, she will throw you out the window.
Yeah. Right.
She actually almost does that to a character in the story.
Next up is DC versus Vampires one shot. This is the last one we have of this. This one practically sold out. I don't know. I know this is the John Boy Myers one. Oh yeah, we do have a cover B still on the wall. This is the last of the John Boy Myers covers.
That is one
DC
sick
versus
cover,
Vampires.
though.
Yeah. This is a beautiful fucking cover. Have you been reading DC versus Vampires? I have been reading it. This is really good. I think the art is a little meh because in certain sections, but the action's really good. The story's really good. It kind of shows this alternate world where Damian is not only a vampire, he's not only a vampire hunter, he's a vampire himself. He's kept on doing everything because Batman is gone now in the DC versus Vampires universe. And,
Okay, so it's not just some dumb gimmick. It's an actually good story.
Yeah. So it's its own world, its own story, and there's some parts there that they reveal a couple of different things in this world. Really cool. It's a nice one shot. Cool shot with Robin. Everything with to do with Alfred and everything else. It's going to be interesting where the series goes later on. Jose says Blade. It's like Blade, but for DC. But Robin's really cool in this, and it's Damian Robin, so he's perfect for it. So I give it a good solid 4 out of 5. It was a good read. It was a fun read, and it's a standalone, so you can read this one standalone, or you can read this as supplement to.
Now, okay, I haven't read so much of Damian's story in the last maybe 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Is it still canon that he died and got brought back through the Lazarus Pit?
Probably, yeah. Well, now in the Robin storyline, he died several times because he was on a magical island.
No, but this was
the Lazarus Island that he brought back.
This was during the Apocalypse War or something?
Yes. And?
Yeah.
What about it?
He's supposed to have some powers. I don't know if they've kept them in there.
I don't see any powers in there.
Okay, there we go.
I haven't seen anything.
Even in the run where he's Batman, he has some powers. But, I don't know.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
So 4 out of 5, guys. I would recommend. And then finally, Image, the Anthology issue 2. What's this called again? Image 30th Anniversary Anthology. This is the issue 2. Yeah. This is the Playboy cover. This is the one we had. This has various short stories inside it from various artists and everything else. There's some really great ones.
All really solid stories.
Yeah, Maxwell Prince from Ice Cream Man. Jeff Johns has a story in here. Mirka Andolfo has another one, Hopeless. Patrick Kinlan, he's really good with. And Dean Haspel. Dean Haspel is a really cool guy. I've talked to him a couple of times at the Miami Book Fair. I like anthologies like this because you flip through it and it's all different fucking artwork and you can pick and choose. Some stories I didn't read, some stories I did read.
Yeah, I
thought that was really cool.
This one was particularly curated. Not just a bunch of stories thrown together. Yeah. It's really
Alex
good.
says that his son loved DC versus Vampires.
Yeah. I like the middle story. Kind of reminded me a little bit of Bolero, the little demon girls.
Yeah. You sure it's not the artist from Bolero?
It could have been.
That's the thing, because they say here like they're different artists and shit like that. Yeah. But yeah, Merca has a pretty good story in here. Kyle Higgins has some stuff in there.
Well, she's the closer, right? Her story is the last one.
No, Dean Haspel.
Yes.
I think so. Let me see, because she's supposed to be.
God, those inks.
Yeah, those inks are amazing. So there's a lot of cool shit, and the next one's gonna have some really good people. This is fun. It's like a really cool fucking read, man. I like that's the kind of shit that I keep around my dining table.
This is actually my pick of the week.
To get me inspired, I'll fucking flip through one of those and be like, oh shit.
This is actually my pick of the week. It's really solid writing, really creative artwork. Yeah, a lot of fun.
He says words, folks.
Anyway,
so that's it for the comic review.
Oh wait, Memorial Day. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm gonna get there. What the fuck is Jesus? Anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. That's our comic review this week. I'd like to thank Little John for interrupting me all the fucking time and reviewing books. Jesus Christ. This weekend, Memorial Day weekend sale, the 28th, 29th, and 30th. We're going to have 10 to 25% off all back issues. So you hit the back issues, anything inside the stands and everything else, and even the shit on the walls. Talk to us. We'll make a deal. Come through. You get 10 to 25% if you buy 10 comics or more. Funkos, we'll have buy 2, get 1, 50% off, and more.
You're crazy.
Look, it's such a good deal, John hates it. And also there's savings all over the store on the graphic novels and everything else, more so than usual. Come through. We have to actually clear out a lot of stuff because we're going to be doing a lot of fixings, ups, making the shop better soon. So come through this weekend, buy your little heart out.